Sure, on you go.
Thanks. Well, thank you very much, Hazel, and thanks everyone for coming along this morning. Just before I start with the presentation, I just wanted to do a quick show of hands to kind of figure out exactly how much people know about Glasgow Chamber of Commerce. So first of all, I wanted to know if anyone has ever heard of Glasgow Chamber of Commerce before. So if you could just raise your hand or give me a wave and I'll have a little flick through it and see. So most people have heard of Glasgow Chamber of Commerce, great. Is anybody a member of Glasgow Chamber? Katie? Oh, great, maybe just one member. I mean, that's good and bad, I suppose. And does anyone know if they, does anyone not know whether they're a member? Oh, great, cool. Well, that's kind of me getting a bit of a gauge. Does anyone know what if anyone could just put into the chat what they think the benefits of being a member of a Chamber of Commerce could be? Contacts, yeah. Networking, yeah. Yeah. Yep, totally. Business support, yep. All great. That's, I mean, the main one that always comes up, I think, is networking. Oh, excuse me, just get this up. Perfect. So I'll jump into the presentation now. So obviously we're Glasgow Chamber of Commerce. This is me, so Sarah Heaney, Membership Executive at Glasgow Chamber of Commerce, and as we've already touched on this morning, I've also got my my grey hair, my journey to grey, as I'm calling it. I've set up my Instagram profile at Silver Sazzle, so give me a follow if you're in any way interested in joining the movement that is Grombrae. It's pretty exciting, but I also, as well as work side of things, I'm also studying a diploma in professional marketing as well, alongside working full time. So that's kind of a bit like, apologies to Hannah, because I know that you met with my colleague yesterday, so you're probably going to hear a lot of the same stuff about the Chamber again. But kind of like Hannah, you know, I do tend to blend my personal and work life quite closely together. So although there's two separate pictures up on the screen, that's me. I am Sarah. So yeah, first of all, the thing I wanted to let you all know is that as a member of Scottish Women in Business, you can attend any of our Glasgow Chamber of Commerce events or training at our member rate. So if you're not already aware of that, that's a really great benefit of being a member of SWIB for you. But what I wanted to talk about today is all the additional benefits that you get from being a member of Glasgow Chamber. So a little bit of background. Glasgow Chamber is an independent non-profit organisation which uses our network to connect businesses through membership. So we were established in 1783, way back when all the merchants and traders in Glasgow realised that if they came together and worked collaboratively, then they had a stronger, more resolute voice when trading internationally. And fast forward 200 plus years, that's kind of what we still do. So we connect businesses to give them a stronger, more resolute voice. And we're an accredited member of the British Chambers of Commerce network. So our vision is to gather businesses together to influence the future prosperity of Glasgow for the best benefit of our members and the wider community. And our mission is supporting our members and championing Glasgow. So we're a reasonably small team. We've got 30 full-time employees, a board of 8, and the thing that probably makes us slightly different is we've got a council of directors, which is made up of 40 different business people from a variety of sectors and sizes, and we service approximately 1,200 members. So the majority of them are within Glasgow, but actually we've got businesses from all over the world who come and join us. Essentially anyone who is doing business in Glasgow or the west of Scotland, I would advise them to become a member of Glasgow Chamber. So we're the only organisation that champions all businesses across all industries in the city, and Glasgow is globally recognised with a strong reputation for delivering business success founded on skills, innovation and entrepreneurialism. So we're the leading business membership organisation in the west of Scotland, and we're proud to champion the future prosperity of Glasgow at a local level, national level and international level. So that's our hashtag there, Connect for Growth. So we've got a couple of different levels of membership. Essential level membership, this is just some of the benefits that you can get from our comms side of things and our marketing side. So you can connect with us on social media at Glasgow_Chamber. We've got a social media audience of over 40,000 across our different channels. One of the main benefits, I think, from being a member of the Chamber is having access to our members directory, which gives you a list of all of the other members with email addresses, a short business description, and a named main contact for each of the members within the Chamber. And so we would encourage people to contact each other as a fellow Chamber member, and that's a really great way to do business with one another. Additional to that, as part of your membership, you can also get introductions. So either myself or one of the other membership team, you can just let us know if there's somebody within the directory you'd like a bit more of a formal introduction to. And we can either do that by email or by, well, not really face-to-face at the moment so much, but generally if you had somebody that you wanted to meet, I would invite them along to an event I knew you were attending, or I would invite you along to an event that I knew they were attending. So again, just making those connections as much as we can. So another benefit of membership is our website. So we've got our members news section of the website. So I would, even if you're not a member, I would advise that you take a look at that, and that really shows you some of the things that are happening in and around the city. So that's a great opportunity to post your good news stories, successes, any of your industry related articles, and you can do that as often as you like, and we share that across our social channels as well. Another thing that we offer is our members offers section, which is again on our members portal that you get access to as a member. So you can promote your own events there, or you can post offers to fellow members on there as well. And lastly, we have our email bulletin, which goes out, I think at the moment we're actually doing it twice weekly, but pre-COVID it was going out once a week. And that kind of highlights all the stories from our members and in Glasgow that are making waves around the city. So that's kind of the comms side of things. And then the other benefits of membership are obviously our networking events. So although we can't do them in person at the moment, we are doing a whole number of different events online. So we tend to have 2 to 3 things on every week, whether that be a talk. So last week we had a talk from the chief executive of the Innovation Knowledge Exchange, which is based out of City of Glasgow College. And that was fascinating. It was all about innovation and business resilience, especially looking at how you need to redevelop your business model in the current crisis. We also have a whole host of professional development programs. So they run from, we do things like social media. Today we've got an event on communicating through a crisis. We also do a whole host of international trade documentation training. So yeah, there's a whole host of different things, and you can go in there, and like I said earlier, your networking and professional development, you can come along at a Glasgow Chamber member rate if you're a member of SWIB too. So the next thing is our projects team. So we run 2 major projects out of the Chamber at the moment. So the first one is developing the young workforce, which is all about, as you would expect, developing the young workforce. But that's a really great way to tap into skills that your industry might need in the future. So I think there's a statistic that says 30% of jobs that young people who are at school at the moment will end up doing don't even exist yet. So it's really looking at what is the future of the workforce and how do we access them. And we've paired up every secondary school with at least one business partner in the city. So now we're working a lot more with SMEs on even just doing short introductions to a certain industry, or before COVID, we would do like a tour of a warehouse or different workplaces, etc. So there's a whole host of things to get involved in there. The other project that we run is Circular Glasgow. So Circular Glasgow is all about the developing the circular economy. And so for those of you who are not aware of the circular economy, at the moment we have a pretty linear approach to developing and producing things. So we'll make, use, dispose. The idea of making it circular is that you would reuse, repurpose. The last thing we would do is recycle, and then finally we would dispose of it. But the idea is hopefully we could get it so that you never it lives for as long as possible. I think the strapline that they have is enough for everyone forever, which I think that kind of sums it up really nicely. And lastly, the final benefit that I'll mention today is helping you go global. So our international trade development opportunities and a discount on documentation. So if you are exporting or importing, predominantly you need documentation for exporting that we can help with. But even just any advice that you want on exploring new markets or importing from certain places, we've got a whole host of expertise with loads of decades of years of experience in international trade. And we actually just hosted our first virtual outward mission. I think that was maybe the tail end of last month. And we went over to Shanghai, which was totally fabulous. So we planned to have a real trade mission over and take businesses out to Shanghai and meet with our business partners over there. Obviously, that is not going to happen anytime soon. And so we decided to do it virtually, and it worked really fabulously well. We're going to probably continue to do an element of virtual trade missions going forward. It gave lots of businesses an opportunity who wouldn't necessarily have invested the money in traveling to Shanghai, but gave them an opportunity to kind of discover the market and figure out whether it was worth investing in the future. So then our second tier of membership is our partner level membership, which is all about leading and engaging.
Watch your time, Sarah. You're over
okay, cool. No worries, sorry. Right, yeah.
No, it's fine, it's fine.
So basically, Silver Partnership is all about leading, placemaking and engaging with that senior level of the business community. So if anyone wants to know any more about that, they can get in touch with me afterwards. And finally, this is sort of a overview of what we're doing at the moment. So these are the main topics that we're really focusing on. So the city centre, we're calling for a city centre task force to aid in Glasgow's recovery. So, and we're also doing a lot of support with Glasgow Life's Glasgow is Open campaign. Secondly, we're calling for more business support. So from the Scottish Government and the UK Government, we're calling for an extension to the job retention scheme and additional support for the hardest hit sectors such as aviation, the hospitality and events industry, etc. I've already mentioned the developing the young workforce stuff that we're doing, which is hopefully to combat unemployment. And the last thing I would mention is COP26, which has now been postponed from this year to November next year, which will be a great opportunity for us to showcase Glasgow on a world stage and also help with our climate change targets. Final thing is an offer to all SWIB members. So the prices start at membership for £300 plus VAT a year. For you guys, I'd like to offer you 3 months for free, so you get 15 months for the price of 12. I also run a networking event on a Friday morning at 11. If you'd like to come along, details are on our website. And then that's just an overview of some of the members that we have. And that's me. Sorry, Hazel, did I go really over?
Hang on, it's fine. It's absolutely fine. Don't worry about it. Just stop recording.